What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Uh-oh, my microphone, of course, is not gonna work when I'm trying to go live on this bullshit real quick. But hold on. Let me see. Oh shit, we got action. So I don't know if you guys have been watching the Diddy trial and all of the stuff that's been surrounding Diddy, right? And I wanted to go live just real quick to kind of give my overview when it comes down to real live victims and chicks who didn't get paid off and chicks who aren't also complicit in their own shit or complicit in others' victimization while also claiming to be a victim. And so I thought about Cassie, or I've been watching not necessarily saying watching the testimony, but watching all the things surrounding the trial. And it gets to be a damn shame when you think about real victims and people like Cassie. Honestly, I think that Cassie received a payoff and Cassie should have went on about her business. Can you imagine being Cassie's man sitting next to Cassie and hearing about guys peeing in her face and then her actually asking for the like what? And when it actually comes down to shame, it just seems like nobody has any reverence for shame. Like you can't shame a chick nowadays. Like they ain't ashamed of shit. And like back in our day, we would be kind of well, hell, I would never. First of all, I'm not into that anyway. But I just couldn't imagine myself being on a world stage and having those things being said about me or somebody saying those things out loud about me and we calling it a day. Like I'm like almost appalled at that. Then when it comes down to it, not just you, not just your man, but these things will be around for your kids to have to endure and to, have to hear about. And I don't think that people pay attention to that kind of shit nowadays. Then when it comes down, so today Cassie has some testimony, child, and with um her testimony was even a little ridiculous. Cassie said that Diddy introduced her to oral. And I'm sitting here like, Cassie, I know you don't really expect us to believe that because hell, 50 Cent said he saw you on tape doing some wild shit way like before Diddy. And I mean like Ryan, what was the guy that she used to date, y'all? Ryan, I know it wasn't Ryan Secret. Uh God, what's that boy name? Ryan somebody, child. But it's like the now it gets a little weird because I'm not gonna say that I don't think that Diddy has done the shit that he's done. I think Diddy has absolutely done the shit that she said that he's done. But when it comes down to actual victimhood and what you stayed around for when it comes down to money. And let's get into the domestic violence stuff of it all. A lot of women will say, oh my God, he's beat me. But continue to stay and continue to stay for years upon years upon years. Cassie stayed with Diddy for 10 years. 10 years. With Cassie staying with Diddy for 10 years, Cassie could have easily have run to the press. Cassie was a big enough star, a pretty enough star. You know what I mean? Cassie was a big enough star and a pretty enough star that if she did go to the press, somebody would have listened to Cassie versus a lot of other people. Cassie had somewhat of a little notoriety, and we knew she was with Diddy for however long. So she stayed. Then let's talk about what she stayed for. She was shopping at the same places as Beyonce. um Diana Ross, like any diva icon that you can think of, Cassie had the same access. Cassie was rubbing elbows with A-list celebrities. She was at all the good parties. Cassie was at the Met Gala. Cassie has done it all. And what I don't understand is when shit comes with a price, it's like, nah, I don't expect no man to beat you and stomp you out, but then you really didn't have an excuse to stay. And I guess it's like, um, I'm not gonna say that I've never been in a domestic violence situation. I've been in a domestic violence situation. That shit didn't last. I didn't remain in it. I wasn't gonna stay in it because that wasn't conducive to anything. Ain't nobody finna be whooping my ass and I'm gonna just stay around and I'm gonna chill and then play victim. I'm gonna use up all the resources, all the benefits. I'm gonna go to all the parties. I'm gonna wear all the designers. I'm gonna be showcased around on private jets. I'm eating the best food, doing all the best shit, and getting my ass towed up on the other side of it, but then taking the money and then crying victim while also doing, well, I did this because Diddy said if I didn't do it, he would hurt me. Like I said, this is not necessarily to defend Diddy because it's not. I absolutely Diddy did that shit. He did that shit. I believe it. But when it comes down to real victimization and real victimhood, I be trying to figure out what the hell does that really look like nowadays? Do you get to do you get to be the victim and the volunteer at the same time? How does that shit work? You participated in the freak offs. The security guard testified that you was the one asking for the shit. LAR, what's good? Man, don't do it. She's an innocent angel who has to be stuff. Listen, and that's the problem that I have with it. And I know a lot of women probably gonna have a problem with this conversation, but we not having the real shit when it comes down to actual victimhood. If somebody is actually sitting there whooping your ass and you done really tried to get away, you done called the police, you done really took all the steps, you done ran to social media, you done ran to your local news, there's something that could actually be done, so to speak. But if you've reaped all the freaking benefits of the fame and the fortune, and you've continued to stay and continue to stay and didn't, it's like with the hotel video. That hotel video happened a while back. Cassie could have left in. Cassie could have left in. But it's kind of like a woman will stay in an abusive situation, talk about how the person was abusive, but don't actually take any responsibility for leaving, then expect everybody else to understand why they didn't leave because it's dangerous to leave. But hell, it's dangerous to stay too. What the fuck is it? Help me understand. Help me understand, y'all. You staying and you getting your ass whooped. If you leave, at least you gotta, you ain't gonna get your ass whooped. If you gone, right? I know 2 + 2 is 4, right? Hmm. Um, then when it comes down to her being complicit in others' real victimization, you bringing around people, poor Justin Bieber, y'all. If they're bringing around people and you're participating in it and you're still doing it, to me, you really don't get to cry victim. You don't get to, that's not your story. That's not your story. Your story was you stayed and you got tired and you ended up cheating on Diddy with another nigga and you ran off just like you cheated on Ryan Leslie with Diddy. You was going for a bigger bag. And like I said, I know people probably get real mad at this conversation, but I feel like this is the shit that we really, really, really need to talk about because they ain't real victims. You stayed in a situation for 10 years because you wanted to reap the benefits of that situation. You didn't give a damn about being real life victimized. Baby, you ran to your lawyer before you ran to a cop. You ran to a lawyer before you ran to a cop. And when I say you ran to a lawyer, you ran for a payoff versus actually filing charges against this man. You ran to a lawyer. And that's the problem when it comes down to aspects of our culture. Bitches is running to get paid off, but then sitting here trying to play the victim at the same fucking time. That shit don't work like that. And I'm so surprised that women talk about all this. Oh, we're sisters and we're the sisterhood, and all these men are bad. But then when it actually comes down to real victimization, children being victimized, or sexual assault situations, like real assault situations, not a chick that then volunteered and then looking for a payoff, it really diminishes what a real victim goes through. And I'm surprised that most women don't have anything to say about it. Well, girl, get your money, girl. If you had to go through that, you should at least be paid. You get paid, but then the motherfucker's still out there assaulting people. Like, what? How does that work? How does that work? He still gets to get out and assault people, do the same things he's quote unquote done to you, if not worse to somebody else. But as long as you got your bag, girl, as long as you got your paper, girl. Did y'all see all these bitches cheering Cassie on? I waited a while to say anything because I was like, I always kind of feel like I be seeing shit different than a whole lot of other people. I really do, at least a lot of women, and I don't really apologize for that. But I waited a while to say anything because I'm like, maybe, just maybe, um, there'll be some different thought processes introduced and some real shit talked about. But it's been the same old, same old. Cassie's a victim. Cassie's a victim. Diddy's the devil. Diddy's the devil. No, they both devils. Cassie participated, baby. Cassie ass should be locked up too, truth be told. Shit. Whew. Um, I've been watching, but shout out to all y'all that came through in the chat. I know I just came out of nowhere, but I'm not gonna sit here in front of y'all. Every time I start watching this shit, it really pisses me off because you actually have real victims running around versus bitches trying to get a payday. And it really does diminish what a real victim goes through versus the hoes going to see a lawyer. I'm going to my lawyer. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to UFO. What's up, Third War? What's up? Thank you for the name, Third, because I was struggling. AM1, what's up? Uncle Stu, what's up? And Chef Young, what's good? Y'all, I just wanted to go live real quick. What y'all up to this afternoon? Y'all still watching the trial? Have y'all lost interest in the trial yet? I will say that I'll watch something for a while. I hope I don't get too bored with it, but it's just one of those things that I've been sitting here watching and I'm like, man, you sitting there begging for it. You know what I'm saying? How you begging for it and then crying a fucking victim? Oh, I did it because it was gonna please Diddy. Bitch, why you ain't leave? If you ain't like it, why you was doing it? And if Diddy was over in the corner playing with himself, that means he ain't had no fucking gun to your head. Oh, he was gonna expose me. You didn't have to do it though. You didn't have to do it. You didn't have to do it. And the difference is between like wanting and not wanting to, and somebody holding you down or somebody has an actual threat against you, and then they're telling you that they're gonna do something versus you saying, please give it to me. I'm I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm sad. I shouldn't have said it like that. But that's what the reality is. You got a bitch sitting here begging for it, then sitting over here fucking crying, and then her stupid ass husband sitting next to her. She done been slutted out all through fucking Hollywood. But they did say hoes is winning. They did say hoes is winning because she still got a man sitting next to her. I'm here for moral support. I'm here for moral support. And to have your man sitting right next to you in the courtroom, Um, it's a strong man to, maybe that's my misogyny coming through. That's a strong ass man to sit there and watch his wife watch somebody testify about his wife begging to be pit. Like, what? What are you saying, dog? What? And he's sitting there like a G. That's a strong man right there, y'all. That's a strong man. Anywho, I'm gonna take my ass back to work, cause YouTube don't pay my bills, even though I wish they did. Maybe one day, but I'll be going live more frequently to talk. Got a surprise coming up soon, y'all. We'll get into it. But hope you guys have a great afternoon. I am out. Peace.